Welcome to the TALKESHI podcast, episode 91. Hi guys, I hope y'all have been doing good. I hope the skirt positioning isn't weird. I'm gonna put my GameCube right there, my GameCube controller, which was gonna be used for decor, and now it's gonna be used for that purpose. Hi guys, I hope y'all have been doing good. This is a really weird setup because I really wanted the vibes to be either, like, I saw a tweet some time ago that was like, you know, early 2000s beach nostalgia from the video games and stuff. Like, if I'm not lazy enough, I'll throw up a picture. But also the inside of a PS2, which was my console for so long. Like, it was my childhood console, you know. Which you wouldn't be able to tell because of the GameCube game right there, which is one of my favorite games of all time, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. And I guess that brings me to say that, yes, I have been, like, on a Sonic kick. That wasn't a mystery by the last episode where I said that literally Sonic made me want to quit being a creator, which is, first of all, not true. Obviously, if you watch the whole episode, you'll get the vibe. And secondly, yeah, I mean, I think it was literally just because it's really weird to say, by the way. I wasn't even going to finish that sentence, so don't worry. But it's really weird to say because, like, I'm about to be 29. I always, like, whenever the year changes, I already skip to the age that I'm going to turn. So I've been saying that I'm 29 when I'm literally still 28, okay? And I'm 29 and I have a hyperfixation. Commonly a child's hyperfixation, which is Sonic. But, like, mind you, I was like, oh my god, Sonic was something that I liked. I had to psychoanalyze it and be like, Sonic was something that I liked at a really interesting moment in my childhood, so, like, that makes sense. But yeah, like, either way, I wanted it to be part of the decor, part of the vibes. Like, I don't know why. But yeah, hi guys. I guess some housekeeping as I remove other parts of my outfit, I guess. Oh, come on. Okay, fine. It's not gonna look as good, but I guess I'll keep it like that. This is also really weird because, like, I want all the vibes to be blue because of this TikTok that I watched, which I might throw up on here if I remember. But also because this couch, I used to shoot a lot on this couch, and if you, like, I really change it up to be, like, you know, soft, creamy neutrals or whatever. And now I would love this room to be like my rec room, which is like my video game room or like my, you know, TV room or whatever. But I guess I'm still keeping that because I'm not changing the furniture. Housekeeping, right? Also, I really love this makeup. I'm gonna post it on my Instagram or whatever so you guys can see it. But because I'm not doing I might do a zoom in, but that's only gonna be pixels, mama. But anyway, housekeeping. If you're watching this, that means this is episode 91, which is the first episode of the last few episodes of this podcast, which is really exciting for me. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop podcasting. I don't know if I said that in the last one, but I'm not gonna stop podcasting. I will, however, send this podcast off. You know, like, I also, at some point, I really wanted to change the name and everything, but it doesn't mean I'll stop podcasting. I'll probably start a new podcast, probably the day after. I definitely won't. But, you know, who knows where it'll take me, and, like, I really want to close this cycle in my 30s, you know, and it'll be lovely and it'll be really fun. Like, that's what I really want with this podcast. I really want to end it on a high note, you know, and maybe I'll get new tag and stuff, and that'll start off a new era. So that'll be cool. It also doesn't mean that I'll stop posting, like, on my TALKESHI account on Instagram. I'll probably still do really cool posts and stuff or whatever, but I digress. Number 2 is literally an exclusive just for the people that listen to this episode. And it's that if you really thought that I wasn't gonna do an Eshies this year, you are sorely mistaken. Yes, there's gonna be an Eshies this year. There's gonna be an Eshies Awards. Obviously, I love to lower expectations. I want people to know that I'm not gonna do, like, it's not gonna be like 2023 or 2022. Those were the best Eshies, man. Those were the best Eshies. Don't tell the other Eshies. But it's gonna be like last year where, I mean, I'm not gonna do the whole shebang. That was really fun, but it was exhausting. But I'm gonna, like, there's gonna be a stream, and the whole process of nominees, shortlisting winners, etc., like that is gonna happen. The reason the Ashis is going this direction, which I really wish I could, obviously, like, I think the Ashis can't be a priority like every year. I have loved a spring without Ashis. I'm gonna get to planning this next Ashis soon, but like, I have loved, it's been hard, and there's been life changes where, like, I'm not even gonna get into that, right? Because then we'll be here all night. But I've kind of loved not having to plan it, because it is so exhausting. Like the point that I wanted to get to actually is that I love doing the Ashis, and I really want to do it. I really want to do it as part of what I do online and stuff, even if it's for the shits. But also, it's really meaningful to a lot of people, and I really appreciate that. And it's not just that. It's not just the money. Because I was offered, like, I'm the stupidest person on earth, okay? I was offered, like, help with everything, and I appreciate that so much, but the mental load of something that, like, right now I'm really not in the economical state to, like, I am really rethinking my whole life right now. I really can't be planning something so incredible like the Eshis to the degree that I would like to with this mental and economical state, so it has to be like a small stream, like everyone, we get to pick winners and everything, like all that. So that'll be cool. Why does my English sound extremely crisp today? I don't know. Anyway, just wanted to do that housekeeping before we got to our main topic, which is cynicism. It's not cynicism. Well, I guess it kind of is, because you see, like, okay, I have really gotten to a point in my life where, I mean, I guess we're digging right in, even though I really thought, like, oh my god, we're only like about 8 minutes in, and I'm already heading into this. To wrap up housekeeping, yeah, I'm about to post about the Ashis soon, maybe at the end of the month, beginning of the month, so, yeah, but, it is so hot in this room. It's starting to get hot again. I really should, like, I had a whole room with an AC, and I'm recording over here because that room is the cat's now. It's the cat's room now. But I'll be recording in a lot of different places. But anyway, so let's get to our topic, shall we? I have, for the last, I don't know how long, I didn't write anything, by the way. Like, I kind of rehearsed it this morning, like, really lightly. And I know there's gonna be so much that I missed out on. That always happens. But I was so pumped in the morning. I hate having to schedule my life around other things that need my attention more. This is why I don't have kids, which, by the way, definitely making a child-free episode in spring. Because it's like, not only have I talked about that a lot in my life in general, but also, like, I'm really excited to really delve into that topic. But as I was saying, in the last couple of years, I really hope I remember everything that I was saying this morning, and I really hope I get all my thoughts out. I have kind of become a cynic. When I say that, which, by the way, apparently has different meanings in Spanish and in English, I don't know. But when I say that, I mean, like, generally, listen, I used to be the kind of person that really loved hanging out with her friends. I really loved, like, I wouldn't say that I have stopped loving life, even though these past few months have literally been so hard that, trigger warning, I really have not wanted to live. And it comes and goes, and I really, like, even though I get help already, like, I really have to, like, figure that out. Those constant, like, it's so over, we're so back moods. Like, as an adult, even though it's really crazy, because I feel like I'm in such a good position. This is why, like, today I was thinking about how much mental health takes away from us, and obviously aggravated by the state of the world and capitalism and everything. But mental health takes away from so much. Like, it's crazy how you can be the most blessed person in the world and still feel like shit. Like, that is crazy to me, because honestly, I don't know what it's been these past few years, that I don't know if it's because of friends' divorces and even friends, like, life changes, like the way they've carried so many things with, like, grief and loss and relationships and everything, that has made me into a cynic. It really has made me, and I don't like this. Like, let me just make it clear that I have really not liked this version of myself that thinks twice about everything. That really is so anxious that she can't see her friends, that really hates herself to the point of, like, not wanting to see her friends. Like, it's really complicated and really hard, because, like, it's even hard to get excited about things. And hell, I'll say this, like, knowing that it's gonna sound so annoying, but, like, I feel like as a teenager, or when I was younger, I was always, like, the inverse of a lot of people. Like, I would get excited about things, and other kids / teenagers would be like, oh, that's so lame, and now these same people are like, oh, isn't this fun, isn't this cute, isn't this, like, exciting, and I'm over here like, what's the use? And I've become the kind of person that really is like, what's the use with things? Like, I literally don't find purpose in a lot of things. And, like, the other day I literally asked all my friends to, like, what would you define as purpose? Because, like, recently I've also been having, like, this existential crisis of, like, am I wasting time? And I've really had to, like, sit down with myself, and, like, this is something that I've repeated to myself a lot. I don't know if it was whispered to me by the wind or something, but, like, I think about it a lot, right? I think about, like, purpose and, like, what am I here to do? How do I achieve it? Blah, blah, blah. Like, am I wasting time at, like, this job? Blah, blah, blah. Like, all these things. And, like, how do people just, like, waste their lives at a job and, like, not pursue the things that they want? And like, that torments me to no end, right? And recently, something came to me that was like, the purpose of life is to look at the way nature... I freaked that up. The purpose of life is to look at the way the sun illuminates nature. Like, literally just to go through it, right? And like I'm saying all this in, like, a better state of mind, because if you caught me, like, a month ago, I was going through it. And also my cycle is all out of sync. Like, to all my ladies and ladies that, like, figure out their menstrual cycle and they, like, kind of live upon it, and they're like, oh, I'm ovulating, so I'll be fine this week, or like, oh, because I have been on that kick for, like, a year or so. And like, right now I'm out of whack, because, like, I'm in my luteal phase, and, like, I am oddly optimistic, or at least, like, chill when during these times I am built with a rage. So I don't know what's going on there, but the truth is that, like, if you caught me a month ago, like, I was really negative, and I still kind of am. Just, I don't want to say that I'm, like, the Miranda of my group, or, like, a Debbie Downer, because that would still be inaccurate. But I have been kind of the kind of person that really questions why people do things that to me seem so, like, getting married and have kids. Like, to a lot of people, that's the thing. Like, and let me just say, and let me just preface that I have learned, the biggest lesson that I have learned these last few years in my adulthood, in my plena adulthood, is that everyone values different things, right? So maybe to some people that's the most important thing in their lives, and to others it's getting the accolades, having that big time career. To others it's like dedicating time to that hobby. To others it's like, it's different things to different people. So, like, we can't really be like there are people that have kids and are married, and, like, the most important thing to them is their career. Like, they wouldn't know who they are without their career, right? But there's other people that, like, are so successful, and, like, the most important thing in their lives is, like, their family, their friends, their kids, and all that stuff. And different people value different things, you know. So anyway, I don't even know what I was saying. This whole podcast, these last few years, has just been ADHD riddled, okay? It really freaking has been, okay? But yeah, that was whispered to me recently because I've been riddled with like, I am just like, what am I doing? I'm wasting time. And like, I've been kind of reminded to just take it slow and to not doubt. I think that's what I think I was talking about, like how cynical I was with people and like what the choices that they make. Also, I'm doing this because I'm really far away from the camera, y'all. But anyway, yeah, like I've been like, why do people do this or that, knowing that it's, you know, for example, like, you know, you could get into a relationship and it could end up badly if you're a woman, especially to the point of your demise. Like, let's not even sugarcoat it. And that's not okay. I want to say something really important, because I have been single for the past few years, and that has very much been my choice. Like, I really don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. I am very happy single. Like, trust. I don't, like, that is, if I had to question my purpose in life, it is definitely not getting married and having kids. But especially, like, being with someone isn't really my purpose. That person, whoever that guy is gonna be, like, he's gonna add to my life, but he's not gonna be the sole reason that I'm here, you know what I mean? However, that doesn't mean that I'm like, I don't know, maybe I used to be a little bit like, maybe at the beginning when I started seeing how badly some things were going for some of my friends and the way I saw relationships from the outside and stuff, I would be like, what's even the point of getting married? I'm never doing that. I'm never gonna get into a relationship. And yes, that was pretty defensive of me, you know, to be like, oh, like, I'm not gonna do that because I want to save myself from stuff. And, you know, the point of, a wise lady once said that the point of life is to look at the way the sun illuminates nature, or whatever the fuck. And by that I mean that, like, it's that you can't really not live life, right? So, like, I wouldn't love, like, I'm literally in no hurry to be in a relationship, number one. And number two, when I say that, I'm not defensive. I'm just like, I have a genuine disinterest in it, right? But also, I would never go up to someone that, like, for example, shout out Erika. It would be really, I feel like Erika watches, so I don't know if she does, but it would be really cool to shout her out and for her to see this. But she was talking about how, like, the dating scene is just, like, really hard. You know, on her TikTok, she was saying that the dating scene is really difficult and everything, and she is a lover girl, and, like, she wants to love and be loved, and that is a normal human thing. You know, it's a normal human want. Obviously, I don't think it would be bad to be, like, aware of the fact that getting into a relationship with a man is just really difficult nowadays. And I'm mentioning and having in mind, like, the worst thing that they could ever do to you, and I think we all know what that is. But just in general, to me, it just looks like a waste of time, or, like, just not something I want anything to do with. But, like, you know, I also do believe, like, recently I was having a conversation where this person was like, you know, you have to get into a relationship and the woman has to be the one that loves less. And, like, sure, we joke about that a lot, about, like, how we have to be so nonchalant or whatever. But also, you know, like, I can't be in a relationship where I barely like the person. Like, that's the point of healing. That's the point of, like, you know, if I'm gonna get into a relationship, I'm not gonna, like, just, like, not care or whatever. I'm gonna have my boundaries established, and I think that means I've healed, you know. I guess I bring up relationships and stuff like that to, you know, finally put a cap on that, because I feel like it's one of those things where I really have never wanted to be one of those podcast that talks about relationships and stuff, but, like, it is one of those topics that just gets talked about so much. You have all these podcasts that are, like, alpha podcasts and whatever that are about that, but, like, you know, there's so much that can apply to, You know, I bring this all up because I have been that kind of person that just can't get excited about things anymore. And that phrase keeps repeating in my mind because I really want to get excited about the small stuff. I feel like I have been hurt. You know, like I've been broken up with, I've been disappointed, I've been broken up with by friends. You know, I've had those situations that have really, they have kind of set me in this, and it's valid. I know we laugh at the kid that like that like still thinks about his little girlfriend from the 4th grade that broke his heart, but I am that little boy. I very much am that, like, you know, it's not that I can't let go. It's more that, like, I think about my past. I think about my past pain. And I think it's valid. And I think it's okay to be like, you know what? Like, that did happen. But it's also my responsibility. I think we hear that a lot about, like, how you were hurt, but it's your responsibility to heal. But my pain is still valid. And, yeah, like, this episode is titled Recovering Cynic because I have been recently kind of trying really hard to, like, this has been a really unserious episode, even though I wanted it to be a fun episode. I wanted it to be, like, talking about a topic that, I don't know, that really, I've been feeling really deeply recently. And I've been really coping with, like, obviously I've been coping with, like, whimsy. And drawing has really helped, and like right now I'm in like a really weird moment in my life, and I'm about to be 30, not this year, but I'm getting up there, right? And I really, not to be like one of those TikTok girls, but like I want to be intentional, and I do. Like I have felt like I wasted my 20s, so I really hope that my 30s I don't waste it, and I really am more aligned with my purpose, whatever that even means. Like, if God came down right now and he was like, your purpose is to feel good, your purpose is to like just enjoy things, you know, work so you can enjoy things. If he said that was my sole purpose in this life, like I'll do that, you know, that's fine. But like I really am in a weird place in my life right now where I'm trying to enjoy my youth, I'm trying to enjoy myself, but like depression comes and goes, you know. And like also, if there's one of the things that you can take from this episode, and what was even the resolution is that if you're a cynic and you're constantly having negative thoughts in your mind, and you just like are kind of proud of being this person that's just, I'm a realist though, like, shut the hell up and go look at nature. Like a wise lady once said, the purpose of life is to this is a Hope Core video. The purpose of life is to look at the way the sun illuminates nature. Can't even get my own quote right. Crazy. But as I was saying, like, if you take anything from this, I literally forgot what I was saying. If you take anything from this, just I don't remember. I have goldfish brain, bro. Oh, I remember that you really shouldn't like I feel like I'm wrapping up certain things in my 30s, and there will be an episode. If you stayed up until the end, thank you, because I want to announce that I will be doing an episode on my Saturn return, and it probably will be around my Saturn return, so I'm really excited. I'll be doing an episode on my Saturn return, which is when you turn 29 and a half, and I'm really excited about that. I've been feeling the pull for quite some time now, so yeah, we'll be so excited to dissect that and everything. But what I wanted to say is that, like, I've been feeling like cycles have been closing, and I don't want to feel like that, because like life is just patterns that repeat themselves, or start, like some start while others are ending, and like, you know, it's like this constant, like, nothing is like, everything starts and then everything ends at the same time. I don't know if I explained myself well. That's so weird. But like I really do, I don't know. Like, I don't want to feel like I have this like to-do list for this year and then I have to like cover everything. It's kind of what I'm trying to say. But yeah, like I just want to do things and that's it, and have that be either part of my, because you know, I thought this podcast would be bigger at some point, or I thought so many things for my life and those things didn't happen. So I really just, it's not that I don't want to have goals or expectations for my life, which I used to want to be like, I want to dream and I want to like and now it's like, I want to take things one day at a time now that I'm older and wiser. I want to just like really enjoy things as they come and do things as they come, like that's what she said. But just really, that's the thing I want to do. I had a thought in real time, y'all saw it. I really want to like desempeñarme creativamente without really thinking about the outcome, and that's a whole other issue for me recently. I have been thinking about ways to monetize my hobby, and that's really difficult and really complicated, but yeah. And yeah, if you take anything from this as a recovering cynic, or from a recovering cynic, I think sometimes we're just harder on ourselves than and that reflects on the way that we perceive the world. If you're cynical and you're like constantly thinking about the negative outcomes, is because maybe you have a little, I don't want to say it this way of like, oh, you suck, then that's why everything sucks. But if you're a cynic, then maybe you have a little faith in yourself and you reflect that onto other people and to other situations. So that's kind of how I've managed it. Am I perfect now? Am I like, is everything smiley and shiny now? No, of course not. But I have really, since I value different things, whenever someone tells me something they're excited about, I try to get excited as well, because empathy can really help with that. If I knew animations, I would have an animation here of like, empathy can really help with that. Like on I've been addicted to by the way. Like I've probably watched all episodes, the Trixie and Katya show on like Percents Plus on YouTube. I've been watching that religiously again because last winter 2023 2024, so much happened in these last 3-5 seconds. Like I stood up to, you know, this is telling me to like wrap up because it's like I can't keep on recording, and then my GameCube controller fell. No, but yeah, like I've been watching that's it, and like I have just been watching it again just to have like noise in the background. But I also love those women really raised me for real, and I think the energy of is felt today in this Chili's. Also stimming, I love stimming. Damn, I stim a lot, and you know what, stimming is how I keep the whimsy. Does that make sense to your little skibbity toilet brain? This is a really stupid podcast. But yeah, either way, everything is telling me to wrap up now. So thank you so much for watching. If you did, I really like. I really love doing this podcast. I'm not gonna lie. I love decorating, and I love like just shooting it. I don't like sitting down and editing it. It's so much work. But like, and even getting ready and setting up is a lot of work. It's so exhausting. I can't wait to like disrobe and just put everything back to where it has to be, so I can like sit down, moisturized, in my lane, edit this episode. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'm really excited for the things that are coming this year and next year. And you know what, I'm probably not gonna stop doing the ashies, so or maybe I will. If at the 10-year mark things haven't gone the way I want, I'm gonna stop. But that's 2031, honey. That's 2031, and then Denial is a River keeps playing. All right, goodbye, guys.